Are you a compound shooter who's thinking about taking up traditional archery, or maybe you already have, but you're struggling and having some issues? Today I'm going to share with you my best advice for how to transition from compound to traditional archery as smooth as possible. Let's get shooting. Hey, Joe McLean here from CatholicHack.com, where I live my life for God, and I am passionate about traditional archery. Ever since I got that archery bug back in 2011, I've been flinging arrows ever since. So if you like traditional archery videos on archery trick shots, archery tips, reviews, archery conversation, hunting, anything like that whatsoever, then I would encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel and even hitting that bell notification icon so that you get alerted to the very next video that comes out. Hey, recently Yakety Yak left a comment on one of my videos who asked about shooting with one eye open or two eyes open. And Yakety Yak is a compound shooter, has had great success in compound archery, super tight accurate groups, hunts, the whole deal, and is picking up what Aaron Schneider calls the struggle stick and wants to know, how do I get this thing to work for me? Because you know, I'm getting these wide groups and it's just not reliable for hunting, etc., etc. This reminds me of a conversation that seems to come up quite a bit, where guys are coming from the compound side of archery, moving into traditional archery, and they're used to doing things a certain way. Compound archery can provide them great accuracy at long distances, great reliability, and they just can't seem to understand why they're not able to achieve that with a traditional bow faster. So today I want to talk about that. I want to sort of give you some of my best tips on how you might make that transition fairly smoothly. I mean, number one, let me just motivate you that no matter what, just keep shooting, because you'll get there. You will get there. You can make this work for you. There's a tremendous amount of traditional archery shooters who are posting content online, that they hunt with this. They've got great success with this, but it takes effort, it takes attitude, it takes determination, and you'll get there. So you can get groups that are huntable groups, and even out at long distances, 20 and 30 yards. But one of the things, so let me just answer Yakety Yak's question first about the one eye or the two eye. For a long time, I shot with one eye open using string walking, a very competitive archery style. I had great success with it. I mean, I have a video that I produced on my older channel on string walking method. It's got tons of views on it. I'll link to it below. And you can see that you can get some nice tight groups with string walking. You can hunt with string walking. There are guys that do it all the time, but I didn't ultimately want to stay there. I needed to move on because I wanted to get into hunting, and I really felt that in my hunting scenario and situations, I needed better depth perception. I needed to be able to take in a fuller picture of what was going on, even when I'm drawing down, because I needed that peripheral vision. I needed to be able to see what was going on, and I didn't want to have to worry so much about what that actual distance was to target. I needed to transition to a style of shooting that would allow that, and both eyes open really helped me to accomplish that. So I guess my point to that is, what is your end game? What is your goal? What are you hoping to achieve with your archery? Are you a competition shooter? Are you going to go hunting? Are you just wanting to stump or fling arrows in your backyard? Or, you know, it's okay. There's no wrong answers. The question is, what's your goal? I think that goal will dictate to you the kind of style, the kind of effort, the kind of intensity that you'll put into the sport to get to that goal. I hope that makes sense. Because if you're a compound shooter, then you're probably used to shooting with one eye, right? Well, if you're going to be a competition trad archery shooter, you're probably going to shoot one eye still. So that's a natural transition for you. I mean, the mechanics aren't going to be totally foreign to you. But if you're going to go stumping, you probably want a little more peripheral vision. You probably want a little more depth perception. You know, 3D targets, kind of the same thing. You want to be able to allow your brain to process that data of what that target is, its shape, how big it is, how far away it is. You know, so having both eyes open and taking in more data can really help with that. For compound guys switching to traditional archery, is don't overbow yourself. You know, you guys are used to pulling back huge compound bows that let off at the back, and you're able to hold it for a long period of time. Not so much with these. You're going to be holding the full weight at anchor for as long as you're going to hold it there. So my recommendation, start with a lighter bow, build your form, you know, build your conditioning and all that up, then progressively move up in weight especially if you're going to go hunting, move to your hunting weight as your form gets locked in and you're able to achieve those groups that you're after. So again, you can hit your target. It just takes practice. I'm pretty rusty. This is the first time I've shot all week. So just slinging arrows, you can get there. You can get huntable shots if you practice. But I think the biggest thing is, and then this is my third piece of advice, is you have to have that different mentality coming into traditional archery. You can't say to yourself, it's going to be exactly the same, I'm going to achieve the same goals, I expect the same results. There's a reason why compound archery was invented to begin with, so that it would improve the overall mechanical efficiency of the bow, right? And of course, that yields different results. It yields more accuracy at longer distances, more reliability, more ease, it's easier to get into, so the barrier of entry is much lower. But there's a reason why you're trying to pick up this bow, and there's a reason why you're trying to get good at it, so that you can go hunting, or you can do a competition, or 3D, whatever it is you're going to do. It's because you enjoy that challenge. It's because you want it to be harder than it was before, and you want to master it. And that's where your frustration comes in, is because you want and you expect and you feel like you can master this. Well, the answer is you can. I mean, you can't. It just takes hard work, determination, and that drive to just keep after it until you achieve what you're after. So those are my best tips for transitioning from compound archery to traditional archery. I mean, you can choose a style, and there really isn't one style that's right for everybody. I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into choosing a particular shooting style, whether that's string walking or gap method or split vision like me, or maybe it's face walking, or maybe it's instinctive shooting. You know, choose the one that's right for you, and you can do that by trying all the styles and seeing which one really clicks with you, really resonates with you, and then stick to it, and then go after it, and then just practice it and practice it and practice it, and eventually I think you'll get where you're going, right? You'll achieve that goal, and you'll feel pretty proud of yourself because you put all that hard work and effort into it, right? I mean, if it were easy, everybody'd do it. It's the fact that it's not easy, and not everybody does it, that makes it attractive to you. That's why you're flinging arrows. Tell me the truth, right? See? Missed my shot. Look at that. Hey, listen, what, you have any comments? You have any opinions on this? Maybe you're a compound guy who's come into, or a girl, I've got girls watching, maybe you're a compound shooter who's come into traditional archery and you have an opinion on that transition. Leave that in the comment box below. Maybe you shot compound years ago and now you've been shooting traditional bows. Leave your advice in the comment box below. Maybe you've been shooting the trad bow forever, but you've got some great advice for shooters coming from the compound side into traditional archery. Leave that in the comment box below. I'm so glad that you're a part of this community. I say it on every video, but it's true. You guys make this awesome. Your input, your advice, you guys really bring a lot of value to what we're trying to accomplish in traditional archery, in the community. Keeping it positive, helping each other out, because we grow together as traditional archers. We become better shooters together, and I'm so glad that you're a part of this community. If you haven't done so already, give this video a thumbs up. Sharing is always caring. And again, if you haven't subscribed, consider doing that. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon. I'm super pumped you're here. I'm praying for you that you shoot straight. I hope you pray for me that I shoot straight. Until the next video, may God richly bless you. That was ugly. Did you see no, you couldn't see the fishtail, but it was fishtail massive. Must have been a nasty release.